Welcome to Spirit of Unity's online ministry. My name is Reverend Alicia Leslie. This week, we lit the candle for peace on our Advent wreath, now having the candles of hope and peace lighted, turning our focus to these wonderful gifts of life. Yet in our state of Connecticut, across our nation and around the world, there is a deep ache, a pain, a sadness for almost 30 lives needlessly taken by a gunman. It wasn't that long ago. Lives were needlessly, senselessly taken by a gunman in Aurora, Colorado, where my daughter lives. For me, this has come to my own backyard. But I never felt estranged from any of the senseless deaths that we hear about, unfortunately, every day. Everywhere you look, whether it's Facebook or on the radio or on television, everything you see and hear, our prayers go out. Our prayers go out to those who are suffering. Our prayers go out to the family. But our prayers go out for what? For understanding, for soothing of the incredible pain that is a depth that I pray to God I never know. I would pray that our prayers would be, show us the way, Lord. Show us the way to turn the tide on the escalating violence in our country. Oh, there is a lot also being posted on the internet supporting gun laws, supporting things like, well, you know, guns don't kill people, people with guns kill people. Well, I hate to tell you this, folks, guns do kill people. Guns kill a lot of people, intentionally and unintentionally, by criminals, by people expressing evil deeds, and by innocent people handling something they don't know the danger of handling. I'm not wanting to get anyone from the NRA up in my face or anything else. I'm not telling you that you cannot have guns, but I am telling you something, and you probably don't want to hear it. Guns are not going to protect you. Not really. I mean, the woman who was killed today, the mother of the young man that shot all those people and killed them, she was killed by her own guns. Did she have them for protection? I don't know. But to think that violence is going to end violence, my friend, is a huge illusion. I would like to try to bring your attention to our own country in the United States and a few statistics that I think are real important for us to be looking at. That in Japan annually, approximately 50 people are killed by guns, by homicide. In Germany, Italy, France, and Europe, less than 150 a year. In Canada, less than 200. And in the United States, more than 10,000 a year. In 2010, more than 31,500 people were killed by guns. You see, guns have one purpose. That is to kill. It's just a fact. This is not personal. It's principle. I know that some of you are very, committed to your guns. Perhaps if you feel you must have them, maybe you have an added responsibility to assure that good, solid gun laws, safe gun laws to protect people are created. Why do I say this? Because in the unity philosophy, and it is something I not only believe but I know to be true, I have seen it unfold. The thoughts we consistently hold in our mind manifest after their kind. We apologize for those who are not in agreement. And again, I'm not trying to twist your mind around and make you see it my way. I'm asking you one thing. Consider the possibility that there is another way. What are all those prayers going out for? To me, the prayers would be for guidance. Help us, God. Show us the way to turn the tide of useless, unnecessary suffering. How can this suffering exist? How can we kill each other? I believe we can only kill each other because there is a sense that we are separate. And just as there is an illusion that a gun is going to protect you, there is the illusion that we are separate one from the other. We are not separate. We cannot be separate. We are not separate from God. We are not separate from each other. The same way as every cell of our body, every organ works together for the good of the whole, we must learn that we are all a part of all good. And our job is to comprehend, to understand, and live from a base of knowledge that we are all one. I have a bookmark that was given to me when I got married, but to me it applies to all people everywhere. And it says, hence there shall be such a oneness among you that when one weeps, the other will taste salt. That's where we want to be. We want to be at a place where the concept that someone should suffer pain will be so unacceptable that we will do all in our power to live in another way. Prayers are wonderful, and I'm so glad so many are praying. But we cannot stop at prayer. We must not only pray, but we must work. Work as the peacemakers. Jesus said, "Blessed are the peacemakers." There was no peace in that young man's soul today when he killed the innocent people. There was no peace in the children's last moments of life. There is no peace in the minds and hearts of the families of not only the children, but all the teachers, the principal, the counselor, and the other good people in that school. Yes, gun laws have to change, but something else has to change first. Our consciousness, our awareness must change. We must come to know that we are a part of a greater whole, that in order for each one of us to be safe and secure from these things happening again, we must all work together to develop a consciousness of a peacemaker, that we may establish the hope that is ours by divine right. Some people are saying, how could God let something like this happen? My friends, God did not let this happen. We made this happen. Why? Because of our gift of free will. We are allowed to bear arms. We are allowed to buy, manufacture, sell weapons. But what did the Bible tell us? We need to put down those weapons. We need to beat our swords into plowshares. A sword is something that can destroy. A plowshare, a plow, is something that can dig deep and make nurturing food grow. We want to plow new ground in the understanding of consciousness and follow the Prince of Peace that we say we love. A date that a lot of people are talking about today, 12/21/12. When the Mayan calendar is telling us there will be a shift. Dear God, I pray for that shift. I pray for a shift in in consciousness, a shift to be free of the illusions that we currently experience, illusions of separation, illusions that we can protect ourselves by harming someone else. It is not as easy as it sounds. I'm not pretending that it is. It is deep and it is complex. But we are children of God. We are blessed with skills and talents that we may make a difference. We may turn the tide of violence and bring on showers of blessing for all people. At the end of our services, we love to sing the peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. We're not only in the season of peace, we're also in the season of Hanukkah. Hanukkah celebrates in its purest essence the presence of God, even in the appearance of the absence of sufficiency. Remember, God is there. God is trying to love and nurture and support us through this. Our way shower and Savior, Jesus Christ, came to teach us. What did he teach us? He taught us how to live victorious lives. He said, I came that you may have life and have it abundantly. I pray that for all of us. I remember one of his most precious promises right now, that life is eternal. My granddaughter Samantha works in a convalescent home, and today a resident passed over. It was the first resident that passed over since Samantha worked there. Touchingly, the woman who went over had everybody call her Grandma. And so they are all today beholding Grandma, receiving and cuddling not only 20 little children, but the other people whose lives were taken. From the bottom of my aching heart, I ask you, think on these things. In your prayers, ask for the guidance to be a peacemaker, to make a difference. May the shift happen, and may the shift be one of enlightenment. And will we remember in our hearts the words from the book of Revelations? There will be a new heaven and a new earth, and every tear will be wiped